Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Tell a friend. On with the show.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because
Hello, and welcome to Seek Truth and Speak Truth. Good day to you all. I hope you're enjoying it on this lovely, rotating, oblate spheroid. Woo! I just couldn't help but make a video, come and say hello to you guys. I have now moved. I'm in my lounge at the moment, still currently fixing the STST studio. So I'm going to have a proper little set going on, guys. And I hope you enjoy the ride. So today, I'm going to destroy Flat Earth, of course. I've been speaking to a gentleman called FPV Angel. Again, just coming and commenting on my stuff. Ignore, deflect. Me and a few other of my subs now have created a thread over 100 comments long. So I'm just going to address you in a video. And this is also aimed towards Raichi00000. We've been chatting and I do believe I can break her. Not really. It's not about breaking people. It is about opening their mind to real truth. I do have a lot of respect for this girl, and I do believe, as you know, I was a denialer as well, a denial earther. But once a few of these things click into place, everything else within Flat Earth is destroyed. For me, it was moon observations, but Mr. FPV is one of these. Oh, you have to look up to the sky to prove that we live on a globe. No, you don't. It's just the easiest way to do so. But there are other ways. Navigation being one of my favourite points. Real world application. Flown by pilots, sailors, everything. You will either get a pilot joke to you and say the earth is flat as a joke, but 99% of these guys in navigation, well, all of them know that we live on a globe. So I'm going to do a little demonstration now, an infamous STST observation. Let's do that. Let's get onto it now. So, a few things impossible if the earth was flat. Now, when I was a flat earther, I always just overlooked maps and navigation, things like that. I'd heard a couple of pilots say, oh yeah, the earth's flat. So now 100% of pilots all believe the earth is flat. No, they don't. They're just on a wind up. They're just playing games and being silly and having a laugh. They'd have been on their way to their next destination, crying with laughter, now thinking that you've just travelled across the globe in an aeroplane and you believe the earth is flat. So what I've got here is a crap drawing, but it is a representation of a flat earth. Here is the North Pole. Around here, this big squiggly line is supposedly the huge ice wall. These are lines of latitude going round. Obviously you would usually have sort of longitude lines sort of coming down like this as well. So something that destroys Flat Earth, and it will never be undestroyed because the Earth is not flat. Say this latitude line here, which would be, say, the first one that we see after the North Pole, matches the distance exactly in navigation to this line of latitude here. This huge one, in reality, matches this one here. Let's just say that this thicker line here is the equator. So this line would match that line. I know obviously there would be more lines here, but as each one, as you go in, would match. That one would match that one. So that's how people like Eric Dubay, etc. are biased towards the Northern Hemisphere. Because it certainly is more difficult to determine the shape of the planet in the Northern Hemisphere. Some of the distances obviously do match, but it's when you start going width ways that they do distort. And then obviously after the equator, this is where flat Earth gets destroyed, in this bit here, because all navigation matches the globe, as in the lines of latitude do get smaller gradually as you go below the southern hemisphere, smaller and smaller and smaller, whereas on a flat planet they should be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That is not what we see in reality at all. Flat Earth destroyed with a pen and a drum and a mind. Right, other things, say you've got, I don't know, Argentina's there and something else over here, another country. Sometimes it's daylight, and even say another country here, it would be daylight for all three of these countries. You could understand maybe if it was daylight for these bits, but how is it daylight over here? How does the daylight pass the darkness? And you'll always see these projection or these images of a moon and a sun rotating perfectly opposite each other, like a yin-yang effect. And I used to say, oh, the Chinese knew with the yin-yang, they knew the earth was flat. It has nothing to do with flat earth. But one thing you will notice is the moon is never in the darkness on a CGI image or computer image you would have seen of your supposed flat planet with the sun and moon rotating above it. There is no image of anything being above the sun and the moon and then both rotating around a flat planet. I wonder why. Right, so after what I've explained there, flat Earth is an impossibility, I am afraid. That's why people like Eric Dubay only really talk about the Northern Hemisphere. They're very biased towards it because the Southern Hemisphere destroys flat Earth. As you travel south, the moon, oh no, we're looking up in the sky, the moon starts to rotate 180 degrees. It isn't the moon that's rotating, it is you around a ball. And I'm sorry if you think that there's people hanging upside down, because down is everywhere on Earth. You are all always on top of the ball. It's hard to get your head round. I do get that. That's why people fall for flat Earth. One other thing Rachel brought up was, I said to her, like, if there was a lie, if this was all a lie, why would it be so elaborate, these speeds that are mentioned, which she says she cannot get her head around, that we are spinning like this on a, you know, in all these different axes. Why would people lie? Like, if they were trying to lie, wouldn't they just say, oh yeah, we go around 3 miles an hour. You'd never feel that, you know. Yeah, we're travelling around the universe, about 110. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, why would they create such high numbers? It's because they're only high because we're humans and we are tiny. But in the scale of things, the grand scale of the universe, it's pretty good. You know, it's just everything is in motion. It's all set out and it is just a lovely fluid motion. I don't know whether what I'm about to say is right, but I think of it as, imagine a piece of bacteria on a football, a child's football. And if a child kicked that football, do you think the bacteria suddenly goes clinging on to dear life because the football's been kicked? No, It's because it's so tiny. It's living in its own world within that system. It's not aware that it's been booted 100 meters that way, kicked 100 meters that way, and these aren't constant motions. The motions that we actually have are constant. That's why we do not feel the movement. And even though the rotation, one spin every 24 hours, imagine me getting this, so for that point to get back to that point, and to take 24 hours to go round. That is how slow we rotate. I just want to show you a quick image just now. Earth has curves, baby. She's a very curvy lady. She's not flat. You just saw an image of curvature, not a fisheye lens. I will leave a link in the description to the beautiful video of our beautiful globe. Rachie, please have a think. Like I say, I really do respect you. Remind me of myself. You're questioning everything, and that is a good thing. And that is why I say flat earthers are not thick. But it does get to a point where you cannot accept evidence. Any evidence that is shown is denied. That is unfortunate. FPV Angel, please come back and leave a comment. But don't act like a silly, petulant little child, because all that does is prove to me that you are not a truth seeker, you are a truth denier. If you got to the end of that, thank you very much. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell also. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy your day. Keep safe. Keep it global. And keep coming back.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe.